So another story about Purim is one time I don't remember who's the Rebbe who told this story, but one of the Rebbes heard that there was going to be a big pogrom in on Purim. So on Erev Purim, he said to his Hasidim, "Let's go. We're going." Right, and they went and they went and they went in the carriage, and finally they arrive at this little inn, and there's a party there. It's like all these Cossacks are drinking themselves to death, and there's a party there, right? And everybody's dancing and having a good time. And the Rebbe joins the party with his Hasidim, and they start dancing together.
Right.
And he, at some point, he starts dancing with the mafia guy, the main mafia guy there, right? The main Cossack, and the what do you call it? The like
The troublemakers?
the biggest troublemaker.
The
Yeah,
monsters.
the biggest mobster.
Okay.
He hooks up with him and he starts dancing with him, and they dance and they dance and they sing and they sing, and they're having the greatest time of their lives. And then he says to the guy, I heard that you're planning to to do some pogrom tomorrow,
Oh,
right?
Mobster.
The mobster.
Okay.
And the mobster says, "Us? No. Why would we want to do a pogrom, right?"
Right.
So like this is the power of Purim. The power of Purim. It's like many times on Purim you think that like you have to catch the best party in the town, but that's not Purim is about. Purim is about carrying that energy of transformation. On Purim, we each have the energy to transform in our personal lives, but also even on this biggest level of bringing peace into the world. We're all dreaming and praying for peace in the world, and Purim is the time to bring that peace into the world. So it's like, what brings peace into the world, right? Peace is not the opposite of war. We have to remember that peace is not the opposite of war. Peace is much deeper than not war, not being in a war state. Peace is about loving each other. Peace is about having like this real good, like something, a real good energy between us, right? So it's not enough that we don't kill each other, because when we don't kill each other, it's like how it is like when you start the day off like from the left foot with your partner, right? And it just escalates. That's the anti-war state, right? That doesn't bring peace. Just like, okay, good morning, I'm going to make myself a coffee, I'll make you one too. That doesn't make a peaceful day. That makes just like a random day, right? And that could escalate to war, God forbid, right? But when you're like, hey, good morning, and you don't, did you have a good night? Did you sleep well? I see you don't, you're kind of like not a little bit, can I make you a coffee? Can I make you a good breakfast? Right? That makes peace in the world, right? That makes peace in your home. And we have to ask ourselves, how do we do that, cultivate that, not only at home, but in all of our surroundings? And how do we spread that energy all over the world, right? Just not only in the family, but even amongst nations. So, so it's something to meditate on. It's something to think about. But Purim, we have to remember, is that time to get to hook up to that energy, to connect to that energy. This is what Purim is about. So the joy of Purim, the best party in town idea, is to create that energy within us, because when we're joyful, we have the energy to inspire someone else with joy also. And when we're joyful, I'm joyful and I give you the energy to also be joyful, then we're in much deeper than not war state, right? Because what brings people to a war state is that one of them or both of them are not joyful, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we're joyful, I don't have the reason to fight with you, right? So I need to create that energy for myself, and then I have to create it for you, and for you and for you, and we all have to create it for each other. And that's what Purim is all about. That's the philosophical deep meaning of Purim is that. So